Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be setting up my mini journal zine for July, and I'm also going to share with you quickly my completed zine from June. So in my last video you'll have seen me create this cover, and I also completed the first couple of pages. And in there I did a page about my product range launching with London Gifties, and also the fact that I was taking part in an index card challenge hosted by Gypsy999 on Instagram. So those were the pages I completed last time. And you might remember that I had some paint splodges from when I created the cover right on the inside. So I put some patterned paper on the background. And then I've included another 2 photos, and I use the Brother Design and Craft printer, and I'll link that down below because I often get asked about what photo printer I use. And so one of the things I've done is put the Euros 2020 because they were due to be held last year. And I don't massively get into normal football and sports, but when it's international games, I absolutely love it. So that's gone in there, and a bit of a celebration that some sporting events and things have been allowed to happen this year. And I also have finally kind of caved in and started watching Poldark. It was a rainy day and I was looking for something to watch, and I don't know why I've avoided it for so many years, but absolutely loving that. And then on the final pages, I've used some of the wide washi tape from London Gifties and cut it down. And I've just written a quick review of the month, that it's been a bit bumpy at times, but also lots and lots of good things have happened. So I've put in there about the product range, amazing support on Patreon, lots of sunshine, but also some bits that are happening in our local town at the moment. Lots of businesses and pubs have closed temporarily, hopefully, due to increase in numbers. So things feel a little bit strange around here at the moment, but I'm still looking forward to July. So that's the June zine completed, and as always I just love seeing everybody else's journal zines popping up on my Instagram feed, so please do tag me in the photos or share them in your stories. I love seeing what you've created. So that's half a year done. I can't believe it when I first sort of mentioned this back in January, to see how many people are now taking part and seeing this lovely collection coming together. So for July, I've already got the basics of my zine together, and I will also leave a link to the video, the last video that I did where I created one of these, in case you're new to this and want to make one from scratch. So for the cover, I've decided, because it's nice and summery here now, I'm going to use this paper. I released this as part of my printable bundles over on Patreon and in my shop last month, and I thought that would be a perfect nice splash of colour to add to the front of this zine. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some Pritt stick. One of the things I love about these zines is they're so quick and easy to do, and I still feel that I put a lot of the really important information in there, the things that have really kind of been main things in my life during that month. I still write lots in my daily journals and things like that, but because there's not many pages, I have to be really selective about what I include, and I think that actually helps me a little bit. So I'm now just going to press my paper down on there. Make sure that it's glued down firmly. And then I'm just going to trim around the edges. So now I've got that paper on, I'm just going to trim the corners off as well. And I use a corner punch when I'm making my zine, because I just like those rounded corners, but that's definitely not essential. So I'm just going to decide which way round I want it. I think I might have that as the front. And so I'm then going to add July 21. I've had a few people recommend ways of binding these all together, and somebody over on my Patreon Facebook group actually has used some hair bands and things like that, and they look brilliant. So I'm definitely still kind of going through the options of how I want to bring all of these together right at the end of the year. And then to finish off the cover, I'm going to leave it nice and simple. I'm using this sticker book. It's the Tim Holtz Ideology Small Talk book, and I love lots of the little quotes in here. So I think I spotted one earlier. Yeah, choose to see the good stuff. I think particularly because things are a bit strange here and difficult to go out again at the moment. I don't think that's hopefully going to last too long, but it is a reminder that I need to just keep focusing on the good things, all of the things that I can do. So that's kind of one of my little things I want to focus on during July, so it's nice to have that as my cover. And I'm just adding a little border around that, and I'm using a black Muji gel pen. Okay, so that's really simple, but I love how that's looking, so I'm happy with that. And as I've been doing the last couple of months when I set these up, I think I'll probably just do the first couple of pages, because I like to leave things kind of clear, so quite a few pages empty, because you never quite know what's going to happen in a month, and I want to make sure that I've got plenty of space then to add any other photos or notes of things that have happened. So again, the paper that I'm using from this was part of that tropical printable bundle, and I thought that would tie in really nicely, and I want to add some writing on this front page, so I'm going to use that as my background to write on. And again, I'm just going to trim that to size. And what I'm going to use this page for is my intentions for the month. So in my bullet journal, I always write down my goals for the month. So they're things that I really want to get done. But my intentions is perhaps more of how I want to feel during the course of the month. So perhaps how I want to treat myself, what kind of things I want to focus on, rather than say some of my goals that I've set. Because I've got some goals for July, like I really want to get on and release a new Skillshare class, so that's kind of top of my goals. I know I've got another fairly busy month coming up, but I want to make sure that I'm looking after myself as well. So for the heading for that, for brush lettering, I used a Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen with a firm nib, and all of my pens tend to come from Colt pens unless I mention otherwise. So as always, as I mentioned, I'll leave everybody linked down below. So I'm just going to look for some stickers to add. So I think what I might do, add a nice palm leaf down here. So I've printed off my stickers a couple of times, and I've done some on transparent sticker paper and some of them on white, and I really like seeing then how kind of different they look. I think I might pop another one up here. There we go. And so, yeah, now I'm just going to quickly write out my intentions for the month. So that's my intentions for the month. I've written, I know this month will be busy, but I also want to focus on giving myself time and space to relax, keeping an eye on my self-talk, because that's something I've noticed slipped a little bit over the last month or two, supporting others in any way I can, taking more time for health and well-being, and laughter. So I'm really happy with those. I think there's some lovely intentions for the month, and I want to make sure I keep coming back and looking at this. So for my second page, I've got something that I'm just so excited about. I looked up how to create these waterfall cards, and I just think they're amazing. And I will leave a link down below to the tutorial that I watched here on YouTube. I may well do another one on camera at some point, but I wanted to create a kind of summer bucket list, and I thought this would be a brilliant way to do it. So one of the things I want to do is go out and actually get some really nice ice cream somewhere. Make sure I take a walk along the beach, which you'd think wouldn't be difficult because I live really close to the beach, but it actually gets so busy around here at this time of the year, so it might have to be an early morning walk or evening walk. I want to have a barbecue in the garden, and also go out somewhere for some really nice drinks, assuming that's possible at some point during July. So I'm going to attach this to my page, but I'm also going to trim this bit down because that's longer than I need it to be. And I thought it would be quite nice to cover that bottom part with washi tape. So this is one of the washi tapes from my product range launch with Christine at London Gifties, and I thought that would look really nice to have that popping out along the bottom. So that's that on there. And now I haven't attached one of these waterfall cards to my page before, and it sounds like a really novice thing to think about, but I'm fairly sure it's this part I need to glue down to make sure that it's still going to work. So I want to put it somewhere. I've still got, probably going to put it near the edge, I think, so I've got somewhere to write summer bucket list. And I often do a summer bucket list, and I'll probably add more things to that throughout the month, but I quite liked the thought of having one just in photos. So again, I just looked through kind of Google images, and one of the things I love with that Brother printer is you can choose what size you want to print your images to using different tapes. So that was really handy to be able to match them to the size of the little cards I created on here. So we're going to have a moment of truth time in a moment. Logically, that's the only bit that needs gluing down, and if you glue the rest down, it's not going to move, but let's find out. Oh yes. Little things. Okay, I absolutely love that. So definitely happy to have that in my zine for the month. And along here I'm going to use a pink Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen, and I'm just going to write out summer bucket list. Okay, so that's that page done as well now. So a nice quick video, but with my setup there all ready for July, hopefully ready to record some really lovely moments, and the June one all finished. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and please do share your zines with me. And as always, a massive thank you to everybody who's joined me over on Patreon. I hope you're doing really well. Thank you ever so much for watching. I look forward to speaking with you really soon in my next video.